while we were setting up. I'm George Bott. Thank you, Jim. I've got a lot of pictures. Some of my information has been covered before. I'll go very quickly over that. I'll just stop on the new points if I can. The Rappahannock River is a large water crossing. Here we're looking east towards Mosquito Point. Shore to shore, it's 1.9 miles. That distance comes out of the Dominion application. We've heard before that the Norris Bridge bisects this area, but it's not a barrier. There are no traffic restrictions for boats. There's very little commercial traffic here. We only have an occasional barge that brings grain from Rappahannock over to the eastern shore to feed the chickens. It is unique among Virginia rivers, we've heard. Looking the other way, west towards Tull's Point, this defines that 25 square mile area. If you notice, sorry, I couldn't get this in a bigger format. There's a boat going, that would be south. There's a boat here going west. There's a couple of boats hanging around the bridge. It's virtually unrestricted today, that entire area. It's protected. It's a lot calmer than sailing out in the Chesapeake proper. We've heard that Preservation Virginia has designated this site as a natural historic cultural resource. I'd like to stop here for a moment and talk about boating economic activity. William and Mary of Virginia Institute of Marine Science did a study at our request here in 2013. And they looked at expenditures by boats. When you total them all up, direct and indirect expenditures, in 2013, it was $24 million spent by boaters. In 2013, our slips at our marinas were only 59% occupied. We were still coming out very much of the Great Recession. What we did here, several of us and the county supervisors, in 2015, we reduced the tax completely on large boats. Tax on boats in Lancaster County was 3 times as much as tax on real estate. It was quite significant. It was just like throwing a light switch. All those benefits accrued to us. The marinas started to fill up. The boaters started to spend money. The marinas started to invest in capital, new piers, travel lists, and those kind of things. This year, effective for this entire year, we've eliminated the tax on the other 4,000 boats in Lancaster County. So now there is no boat tax at all. If we were to straight line those projections, the slips are filling up. Matter of fact, the marinas are building new slips. That would be $40 million contribution to this county from the boating group. It's an economic driver for us. There are about 500 marina slips in the immediate area. There's probably 1,500 or more slips on the lower Rappahannock. This is a boater's paradise. Between Middlesex County and Lancaster County, there's 2,400 boats that are registered. Businesses you've heard from, marinas, hotels, yacht clubs, regattas, they immediately get the serious impact of the economy of adding those 10 tall industrial towers where there were none before. I'm the co-chairman this year again of the Hospice Turkey Shoot Regatta. This is the largest regatta in the southern Chesapeake Bay. It is the largest hospice regatta in the nation. It's one of their major fundraisers. It is the major fundraiser for our Northern Neck hospice. We get all of our contributions from the private sector, none from Medicare or Medicaid. We bring in over 100 classic sailboats a year, and this year again we're fortunate to have some tall ships, the Godspeed, out of Jamestown. If 1 or 2 of those boats don't come because of the aesthetic concerns or safety concerns, that's $500 to $1,000 we don't get. And I just have another statistic that might be interesting. Of the 3,006 counties in America, Lancaster County has the 5th oldest population in terms of percentage over 65. These folks down here draw on the hospice services quite a bit. There is a workable alternative. There's probably more than one. The one we prefer is going underground, just like the York River. And what does Dominion have to say about going underground across rivers? Well, their website posted a document, and there's my reference there from, I can't read it, Prince William News, Wednesday, May 20th, 2015. The document was called, it's one of their slides, Why Not Underground? Well, here is that document. This is a Virginia Dominion Power slide. That red circle is mine. First of all, they distinguish between a distribution line and a transmission line, and this is talking about transmission lines. Going underground is primarily used for large water crossings. That's the first bullet. In dense metro areas, well, we're not one of those. And other areas not suitable for overhead lines. We believe we are one of those areas also. And they talked about the demonstration of a pilot project, I think from 2008, concluded in 2014, about what they learned from that. And up in the upper right-hand corner, they talk about pros and cons of going underground, benefits, reduced visual impact, typically less area has to be cleared for right-of-way. Last year, VMRC gave away the public Baylor oyster grounds as a right-of-way to build those towers. Going underground would not disturb those oysters whatsoever. And another benefit is no poles. And they go on to speak to some limitations, and they've been covered earlier about cost and reliability. Dominion's proposal to go underground and their current application puts in 2 lines, and that solves their reliability problem. I can't comment on voltage regulations. I don't know anything about them. So in summary, Dominion reserves, quote, going underground for, quote, large water crossings, quote, other areas not suitable for overhead lines. The Rappahannock at 1.9 miles certainly qualifies. The solution fits our situation, according to Dominion's own slide. I respectfully request the hearing examiner choose and recommend the underwater option in Dominion's application. Thank you very much for your time.
Questions? Thank you. You may be seated. Oh, wait a minute. We have one.
Just real quick, Mr. Bott, just to clarify the record, I think your slide 7 indicated that 12,400 votes were registered. I think when you testified, you said 2,400. Could you just clarify which number is the one you wanted to say?
There are 8,000 registered votes in Middlesex County, and there's 4,400 in Lancaster County. Total 12,400. Thank you.